Hello everyone. Have you ever felt the ground shaking beneath your feet? No, not because someone made your heart skip a beat, but because Mother Earth decided to invite us to a cha-cha dance. In today's video, I'll take you through everything related to earthquakes, from why they happen, how to survive when the earth and sky are shaking, and even some fascinating stories about the most famous earthquakes in the world. Hold on tight, because we're about to embark on a truly shaky journey. What is an earthquake and how does it form? Imagine the Earth as a giant sandwich, with the top layer being the crispy crust, called the Earth's crust, and the layer beneath filled with melted cheese, the mantle. But don't be fooled by the delicious appearance. Beneath this crust, there are billions of tons of rocks pressed tightly together, and like any good dish, sometimes the ingredients inside want to wriggle around and change places. These tectonic plates, like giant wheels, never stay still. They're always racing each other underground. But this isn't a Formula One race, because sometimes they move slowly and lazily, but when they collide, it's as powerful as two sumo wrestlers slamming into each other. And when that happens, what we call an earthquake begins. If the plates slide past each other gently, you'll only feel like the earth is whispering to your feet. But if they decide to push and shove, oh boy, you might think the earth is hosting a massive dance party. And then you might see everything around you shaking as if the buildings themselves are chilling to the beat of a giant rock concert. And what about bigger earthquakes? That's when the earth throws a tantrum, like an angry old man stomping hard on the floor. The tectonic plates suddenly accumulate so much energy that they can't hold it anymore, and bam, all that energy is released, shaking an entire region. You might feel like you're standing on a giant spring bed with someone constantly jumping up and down on it. Sometimes there are even aftershocks. That's when the earth gives a final little shake, like stretching after a strenuous workout. But remember, no matter how much fun the earth seems to be having while dancing, you should always have a plan ready to protect yourself. Think of earthquakes as spontaneous dance moves from the planet, but we are the ones who need to know how to dodge those overly wild steps. Types of earthquakes. Mother Earth has different moods. You know, Mother Earth isn't always calm and gentle. Sometimes she gets moody and causes earthquakes. But she's also quite creative, because each time she gets angry, it's in a different way. Let's explore the different types of earthquakes that Mother Earth can throw at us. Tectonic earthquakes, the shoving between tectonic plates. This is the most common type of earthquake, where tectonic plates, massive slabs of rock under the ground, decide to collide. You can imagine it like two kids fighting over a seat, and when the pressure becomes too great, one of them can't hold back anymore, and boom! The entire surface of the Earth shakes like a chain reaction. Tectonic earthquakes are exactly that, a giant push and shove. Volcanic earthquakes, when Mother Earth boils from within a volcano. When Mother Earth gets angry deep inside a volcano, volcanic earthquakes occur. It happens when molten lava beneath the ground moves, building up pressure, and when the lava demands to escape, Mother Earth erupts with earthquakes before the lava spews out, as if giving us a warning that something big is about to happen. Collapse earthquakes. Mother Earth accidentally slips. Picture this. You're walking and suddenly the ground beneath you collapses into a giant hole. A collapse earthquake is just like that. It occurs when the ground naturally becomes hollow or weak, and then collapses, causing the surface to shake. You never know when it will happen, and really, this is the type of tantrum from Mother Earth that no one wants to experience unexpectedly. Human-induced earthquakes. Humans know how to stir things up too. We can't always blame Mother Earth, because sometimes it's us humans who provoke her. Human-induced earthquakes happen when people interfere with the ground by mining, injecting fluids, or even detonating explosives. Every time we mess around too much with the earth, it can trigger tremors that are just as powerful as natural earthquakes. Seismic seaquakes, the rage at the ocean's bottom. When an earthquake happens deep under the ocean, we don't just get tremors, but can also face one of the most dangerous consequences. Tsunamis. Seismic seaquakes push massive volumes of water upwards, creating powerful waves that crash into the shore. This is the kind of tantrum from Mother Earth you definitely don't want to encounter while enjoying a beach vacation. Mother Earth has many ways to get angry, and each type of earthquake comes with its own characteristics. From the shoving of tectonic plates to undersea or volcanic earthquakes, they all show that our planet is constantly moving. The important thing is to be prepared so that when Mother Earth gets mad, we won't be caught off guard. Measuring Mother Earth's anger. The Richter scale. The Richter scale, invented by Charles F. Richter in 1935, is a tool for measuring the intensity of earthquakes, or in other words, measuring the strength of Mother Earth's tantrum. It works by measuring the energy released from the epicenter, and the interesting thing is, with each increase of 1 on the scale, the earthquake's strength increases by 10 times. Richter scale levels, below 2.0. You don't feel anything, the Earth is just stirring like a yawn. From 4.0 to 4.9, you'll feel furniture shaking, chandeliers swaying, Mother Earth is gently rocking. From 6.0 upwards, now things get serious. Mother Earth loses her temper, buildings shake, objects fall. Advantages and limitations. The Richter scale is highly accurate in measuring intensity, helping scientists understand just how strong an earthquake is. However, it doesn't measure the extent of damage. A strong earthquake in the middle of the ocean may not affect anyone but will still be recorded as large. The Mercalli scale, measuring destruction and human perception. The Mercalli scale, developed by Giuseppe Mercalli in 1902, measures the human experience and actual damage caused by an earthquake. Unlike the Richter scale, which only measures energy, the Mercalli scale has 12 levels, ranging from the lightest, barely noticeable, to total devastation. Some levels on the Mercalli scale. Level 1, no one feels it, the Earth is just whispering. Level 3, people feel slight shaking, lamps sway. Level 5, furniture moves and people begin to panic. Level 7, walls crack, cars shake as if driving over potholes. Level 12, total devastation, like the end of the world. Advantages and limitations. The Mercalli scale is relatable and accurately describes actual damage, but it's subjective and depends on the area. It doesn't measure scientific intensity, but only reflects the level of damage and human panic. Places in the world that experience frequent earthquakes. Where does it shake the most? Did you know that not everywhere on Earth experiences earthquakes frequently? There are hotspots, called the Ring of Fire, where earthquakes happen as regularly as breakfast. Countries around the Pacific Ring of Fire, such as Japan, Indonesia, and Chile, are located in areas with strong seismic activity. Japan. Japan is probably the country most familiar with earthquakes in the world. The Japanese have become masters at dealing with earthquakes, and even buildings here are constructed to withstand shaking. If an earthquake happens, make sure you're in a Japanese building. California. Located right on the San Andreas Fault, Californians frequently face earthquakes. Experts have warned about the big one, a massive earthquake predicted to happen soon, which could devastate many areas. Chile. This is the place where the world's strongest earthquake occurred, Valdivia, and earthquakes here show no signs of slowing down over time. Consequences of earthquakes. It's not just shaking. When people think of earthquakes, they usually only imagine the ground shaking. But the truth is, earthquakes cause a series of dangerous consequences, making them one of the deadliest natural disasters humans face. Let's go over some of the serious impacts that earthquakes can bring. Tsunamis, giant walls of water. When the epicenter of an earthquake is under the ocean, it can push massive volumes of water upwards, creating tsunamis. These waves are not only enormous, but also move at incredible speeds, like water missiles. When tsunamis reach the shore, they turn into towering walls of water, sweeping everything in their path. A prime example is the 2004 tsunami in Indonesia, triggered by a 9.1 to 9.3 magnitude earthquake. The aftermath? Over 230,000 deaths across 14 countries, one of the deadliest natural disasters in history. Ground subsidence. When the ground disappears, earthquakes can not only shake the surface, but also cause the ground beneath to collapse. The earth can cave in, creating massive sinkholes or large cracks, causing buildings and infrastructure to crumble. This is particularly dangerous in densely populated cities, where every strong earthquake can leave behind serious consequences, like tilted buildings, collapsed bridges, and completely destroyed roads. Fires, flames amid the rubble. One of the common and extremely dangerous after effects of an earthquake is fire. Strong tremors can break gas lines, destroy electrical systems, and when sparks ignite flammable materials, massive fires can break out. The San Francisco earthquake in 1906 is a perfect example. The strong earthquake triggered a series of fires that burned down nearly the entire city. What to do when an earthquake strikes? Expert survival guide. Earthquakes are a natural disaster that we can't predict, but we can prepare to survive and minimize damage. Here are some expert survival tips so you know what to do when an earthquake strikes. If you're indoors, take cover immediately. Find a safe spot, like under a table, a sturdy chair, or under a strong door frame. This will protect you from falling objects like ceiling pieces, hanging lights, or cabinets. Stay away from windows. Glass windows can shatter and fly everywhere when the ground shakes, turning shards of glass into serious hazards. You should also stay away from tall shelves or bookcases that may topple over. Don't rush outside. During the shaking, running outside can expose you to greater dangers from falling objects like roof tiles, debris, or even collapsing walls. If you're outdoors, find an open space. Quickly move away from buildings, electrical poles, and large trees. These could fall or drop debris that might hit you. Stand in a safe spot. If possible, stand in the most open area where nothing can collapse or fall on you. If you can't find an open space, try to keep your distance from tall or heavy objects. If you're near the ocean, tsunamis may follow. If you're in a coastal area and have just experienced a strong earthquake, immediately move to higher ground. Underwater earthquakes can trigger tsunamis, and waves can hit the shore in just a few minutes. Don't hesitate, get away from the beach as fast as possible. Modern technology in predicting and mitigating earthquakes today, science and technology have made tremendous advancements. And while we still can't predict exactly when earthquakes will occur, we have ways to minimize the damage. Early warning systems are being implemented in many countries like Japan, allowing people to receive alerts just seconds before an earthquake strikes, enough time to prepare. Additionally, earthquake-resistant buildings are designed with modern technology to make them flexible and capable of enduring tremors. These buildings can sway with seismic waves without collapsing, as if they're dancing along with the earth. Earthquakes are undoubtedly a frightening phenomenon, but as we've seen, knowledge and proper preparation can significantly reduce the damage. This video has provided you with basic knowledge on how earthquakes form, how to react when they occur, and even some fun stories from earthquake history. If you live in an area where earthquakes frequently occur, don't forget to equip yourself with a survival kit, including food, water, flashlights, and other essential items. Being prepared is always the best way to protect yourself and your family in emergencies. Finally, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell so you won't miss the next videos about exciting natural phenomena.